Vlog's back, guys. Last episode before Christmas. If you heard me, last vlog, baby. Christmas time. Because what are you?
I've never ran from
I don't know. That's why I was coming to you because I don't know. You're obviously doing
somebody else's ego.
We're trying.
You work. That's I have a few buddies that I try to do this with so far, and it just feels like they got one foot in.
Yeah.
But I like my old prep school I was talking about I felt like it was a perfect example of someone that you could teach to make money from their Instagram.
Yes.
And it's one of those things that my old prep school is not just good for me, they train 50 pro athletes. Like you have NBA guys down there, and I went through their Instagram the other day, they have 2,700 followers, which isn't bad, but they don't hashtag anything.
Yeah.
Their pictures are crap. They
Really?
have no videos. Yeah. And now this one's located in Vegas, so it would be kind of like a trip. And I know you do a little bit of stuff in Vegas, so that's why I thought it wouldn't be.
I can get us to Vegas.
Yeah. It wouldn't be terrible, but it's just one of those things I looked at. It was another company that they don't do anything, Then they have all these pro athletes, they have all these NBA athletes. All you have to do is tag one.
Do a little bit of this.
Yeah,
and
and that's 100,000, 100,000 person account, and you have the NBA guys. A few of the other guys I had on here were I don't know if you know Idaho Select.
Yeah. So the basketball group that you kind of grew up playing.
Yeah. Right? They do a bunch of stuff, and it wasn't so much just going through them, but I thought if you guys did a little bit of stuff with them, you could look outward because I know like the one kid we work with, his parents own a dental office, and stuff like that, small things. And I know social media, we were talking earlier, like nobody's getting on Instagram to look for their doctor or dentist right now.
If they come across it though,
exactly,
that's like the craziest part is like if it's in your face and you're like, oh yeah, Sally needs to go get her teeth cleaned. Oh, I saw this guy yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go to that.
He looks
dentist.
nice and friendly.
Yeah, exactly. That trust. I think that's the biggest piece that people miss is the trust that you build with people.
Yeah.
And like, I'll run into people that are like, oh, you were doing this yesterday. I'm like, okay, you're a fucking creep because all you do, and like you of all people are like paying attention to what I'm doing. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
I ran into a builder, Levi Jones. What's up?
Say hello to the vlog. Yeah.
What's up, vlog? Whoever that is. But anyway, the builder had listened to our podcast. This was 2 days ago. I forgot to tell you this. And he comes up to me like laughing. He's like, dude, listen to your podcast. Like to get that initial giggle out of the way.
Yep.
And I mean, the guy's a builder, so
yeah.
Usually they're pretty reserved. Mm-hmm. Like right there, I've already got a boot in the door.
No, let's okay. This is really interesting because as we're trying to figure out how we can like expand,
Well, that's what I was asking about.
It's like as our real estate team's growing, we'll have these guys kind of busy doing a lot of real estate stuff, but at the same time, it's like how can we grow that business as well? And like so Idaho Selects, I know like T3, are they affiliated?
A little bit, yeah. They run by the same guys, kind of.
Because T3 does really good on Instagram. I see their stuff a lot.
Yeah,
they do really well. And it's like, I know some tips and tricks and like some just little hacks to like really explode it, And part of it's the content, and part of it is like the back end engagement. Like, I'll sit on my phone at home for like an hour and just respond to people's pictures. Like that's kind of been a big thing, is because people feel like they see me engaging with their stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that guy.
Yeah. Well, and then it feels personal to them.
Exactly.
They feel that connection.
It's the psychology of capturing that that person's thoughts.
I've been listening to a few podcasts, and that's one thing they hit on a bunch. But
bitches. Oh, that's
you
a
probably didn't see that.
I didn't know that.
I understand. This distracts from a lot.
I know. You're too good looking.
I know.
We got some fun questions for our podcast today.
Sweet.
What episode are you guys on?
We just started the B&E show.
This is the third one?
This is the third one.
B&E?
The B&E.
What is that?
Blake and Easton.
Bullshit
Bacon
elaborate.
And eggs, baby.
Bullshit
Bacon and eggs.
We've got a good intro today, too.
We just talk shit. Like,
yeah, we literally just bullshit.
Sounds like fun.
They asked me how big of a piece of shit I've been this week, and then
when's the new one going?
At 11 a.m. today. Episode 2 drops. We'll have to spend some time after the holidays, and I'll show you kind of all the things I use and how it's been so like useful to make a large impact with a little amount of effort. Okay. Because it's like you're like, some people are like, you're doing all this stuff. How do you have time for that? And I'm like, well, I've blocked it out, as well as I found like an app that I use for my podcast that I post it, and it takes me 5 minutes to post it after I record it, and it goes out to all the platforms for me. Instead of just putting it on iTunes, putting it on SoundCloud, putting it on this, it just those little things, and then even using certain platforms for like Instagram pictures and whatnot.
Do you have the one that like allows you to plan it out ahead?
I don't do that though.
Okay,
which
so you
is
post
weird.
every day.
So I post when I post.
Okay.
So like on my actual
also
page,
really
I've kind of played with it the last 3 months because I want to see what's most effective for next year. Stories are just, and so it's just in ways like reusing what other people have posted, and like even on the story feature, like my goal for 2019 is to post 15 times a day. And even if I'm
on your story?
On my story,
Okay.
even if I'm reposting someone's stuff.
Okay.
So you go to like an investor page or a Warren Buffett page and you repost 3 or 4 of those throughout your day so that you get to that number quicker,
Yeah.
Or if it's 5 or if it's 3 a day, it's just like when you post a story and if people watch your stories, it's that first thing that they see when they open Instagram. Rather than scroll,
Yeah.
finally see your picture, you're that top bubble.
Yeah.
And then the other thing too that's really is going live. I hate it. I don't do it very much, but when
don't
you're
like your
live,
syncs?
I don't. Come on, man, come on.
The only time I'm live is
It
when I
goes
feel like I
live.
could be
You're
called
the
out for
first
something.
bubble. So you're that first thing people see
Yeah.
if you're on live a lot. When people open the app, it's like that's like a little hack to say all of your friends are going to see that bubble. Like when you post a picture, only 10% of your friends see it. So and then it grows based on engagement. What do you got to say?
What's your worst post ever? Do you remember it?
You want to see it? I think it's a picture of my hockey skates.
What did you say?
Why did you post that?
Because I was dumb. And it was like 2 years ago. 3 years ago.
I don't know what that has
4
to do
years
with real
ago.
estate, but-
No, it has nothing to do with it.
When I was playing, I got in a fight with somebody at NBC Networks over Twitter. We were tweeting back and forth, and it was over, I don't know if you guys remember, there was a gal from Texas who was like 16 or something and shot like a lion on a safari hunt.
Yeah.
And just got lit up. And I tweeted something like, nice, everybody's making fun of the 16-year-old girl. And this NBC person responded to me and was like, so you think it's fine to kill lions? And I responded back, do you have a tag? And we went back and forth like 60 times. And all of a sudden, somebody from our marketing department comes in and goes, Easton! And I'm like, what? And they're like, stop tweeting. And I'm like, we're the Texas Ranger. If we don't like killing lions, what are we about then? Anyway, yeah, it was a big deal.
Sells houses, kills lions.
I'll tell you what, they're not on NBC anymore. So
Yep.
They try the real estate team too.
yeah,
So we met at a cornhole tournament that we won, by the way.
Lost it.
So I knew his wife because she does title and escrow, and we met a couple times. And then she connected us, but he had been in residential for like 2 years.
Okay.
Sold like what, 60 homes?
yeah.
So
Were you on the Facebook page yesterday? Was that your
Couple
announcement
days
to the
ago.
real estate team? I
yeah,
thought.
yeah.
The beard looks familiar.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
why.
Yeah.
it does.
And so we met, and I was like, I've been wanting to build like this team for a while,
Yeah.
and I needed like a second person to come in and go pump some juice into it. That was this guy. Because he had the
Certified juice
experience.
pumper.
So like, if I go meet with a residential agent, I'm like, yeah, so I want to start this team, and I've done 4 residential deals. Sweet, dude.
Yeah.
It's like it just didn't work. So
Yeah.
like, when we partnered up, it just made it so much easier to go like recruit people because of using social media and saying, oh yeah, I can help you do this.
And if you couldn't tell, we're pretty different, and it works perfect.
really well.
Yeah. I was talking to Allie about that yesterday. I complimented you after our dinner. I ate a 24-ounce ribeye just for everybody's
Jesus.
No,
We had a real estate
Just-
party last night.
just-
I still need to take you guys out
I
to
felt
Christmas dinner,
heavy.
right?
You felt
Christmas dinner.
a little slow.
Yeah. The reason why I'm wearing this Christmas sweater couldn't fit into anything else. Okay. 24 ounces of ribeye in a man's belly. Whoo-wee.
There's a tag on that in his closet in case of ribeye.
But no, I complimented you on the drive home about how you make people feel good about being different than you, which is a rarity, I think.
Ooh, I like that.
It's like you're constantly complimenting me on stuff that I do that's really stupid and like showing up in a cowboy hat because it's polar opposite of you,
but it
but
works.
you find value in it.
Oh, totally.
It's interesting.
Ooh, I like that.
Anyway, it was a great
I like
compliment.
that too.
I got teary-eyed. So.
Oh,
No big deal.
You guys can cry together on a podcast
You guys
about
wish you talked about me like that. Shut up, wife.
My wife's like,
Did I
"What are
say
you
you could
talking
talk?"
about Easton?"
it.
Vlog, so we forgot to get a present for one of our new agents, so I'm sending Lane to go get some baby outfits.
Wow, that was a kind of a good catch.
Have fun.
Wait. We really haven't had you like in the vlog as much.
I know.
So, I mean, this is kind of like not a debut, but like,
Yeah, this is like my first official announcement. I'm Lane, media guy, takes photos, drives too fast. But we're going to get a baby outfit because Blake is bad at gifting, or so it seems.
so it seems.
Alright, boy, I've gotta clarify on how big of a baby we're talking here. We have baby stuff.
This is baby stuff.
That mansion. Nice.
Dude, I would wear this.
That's what I'm saying. Sweet. What is Jesse get? Nice. Team's here.
Yep.
What
What's
is
up?
going on? So we are back. What is the episode about today? We got
This
a
is
little
all
Christmas special
man.
going.
This is all
Welcome to
Christmas.
the live video on Instagram we got here. What is going on, vlog? I am super excited to wrap up the year. I know that when we started in 2018, we wanted to get to 20 episodes. I dropped the ball a little bit towards the end of the year, just got really busy with starting the real estate team and whatnot. But setting it in stone right now, 2019, we want to come out with 15 bomb vlogs. One's going to be in Vegas, one's going to be in California. And so I'm really excited about getting 2019 kicked off. We just wrapped up the last episode of the podcast today, but I welcome all of you guys to ask me questions about real estate in 2019. I'd love to help you guys out, grow your personal brand. If there's anything I can do to help you, I can tell you starting a vlog is something that's fun to do, and it's really cool to record and look back on what you've accomplished in the year. So I challenge you guys to do that real quick to wrap it up. Few of my 2019 goals, super simple. I want to read 24 books. I thought that was really impactful to me. It really helps me learn and engage and understand how other people think as well. The second goal that I have for 2019 that's really important to me is helping you guys grow your personal brand and increase your awareness and your following. And if there's anything, like I said earlier, anything I can do to help you, please let me know. The third thing that I want to be really better at in 2019, besides the fact of my wife giving birth to my daughter, which I'm super pumped about, so that's going live on the socials, which it already is, but live on the blog. The third thing that I'm really excited for is getting better at my time structuring, and with having a kid, I think I'm going to need to get really good at that this next year when I'm working out, when my wife and I are cooperating to watch the little daughter of mine that I'm so excited about. But to wrap up the year, it was awesome vlogging. I really want to thank Brandon for being an awesome videographer, and Lane, which we met the fall of 2017. Maybe it was the first of 2018.
No, it was a fall. I brought him with
Fall
the
of
coffee
2017.
meeting with
Yeah,
me.
Coffee meeting, and I just want to give huge mad props to these guys for
It's been a year.
helping me create the content we've created. And this year, 2019, what I want to do is give back to these guys more so than focusing on myself. But let's help grow our team personal brand. Let's help grow and help others grow their vlogs, their lives, their Instagrams, their Facebooks, whatever it is, personal brand. So hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I challenge you guys once again, start recording yourself because it's really fun to look back on, and set some goals for 2019, because if you don't have goals set or written down, you can't get them accomplished. Have a good one.
I hit the wall. It's very anticlimactic.